Hey, what's up people? I'm IGP and welcome back to Subnautica. So soon with another video on the Arctic expansion. I do tend to wait till there's a lot of information to share with you, and I believe we've gathered plenty to talk about today. A lot of it has to do with concept art for creatures that have come out, a lot of them in a very small amount of time, all of which are magnificent in design, but a lot of them aren't going to be used. I do want to say that up front, just in case you might skip around and see something. There are going to be ones that are scrapped. There's also some big news as far as the release of Subnautica on different platforms, and of course the expansion and when it's set to come out. Now stick around, I hope you guys enjoy the video, and if you would like to see some more Subnautica on the channel, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Now as always, the first thing to do is head on over to the expansion page of the Subnautica wiki. Now I know I may have messed up in directing you guys to this place in my last video, but I feel like it's not that hard to find. Just type in Subnautica wiki, you'll find it. Nonetheless, we're looking at the expansion page. There's a lot of stuff missing from this page. I did that intentionally because I really just don't like the look of ads and recent posts by trolling people on the wiki. Now, clearly, we've talked about this a million times. The expansion is set to release as a separate entity mid-2019. However, it does state here that early access to the expansion is coming sometime in late 2018, so not too far from now. Now, the devs have mentioned this before, that they were looking to get into open development, just like they did with the main game in early access. There will be a experimental or potentially developmental build that us as players can get our hands on. Now, it does say the expansion will be purchased separately, and as such will not require the original game to play. Now, as I understand, an expansion or DLC typically require the original game, as it is added content to that game, but with the way it's being developed and the way it's described, it seems like it's going to be its own entity, in which case we will obviously purchase it again, and early access could potentially mean Steam early access. I don't know how that's going to play out exactly, but I'm excited because we don't have to wait the full year to be able to experience even a little bit of it. I'm actually very glad to hear that within 5 months or so, the game will be playable enough for everyone to enjoy. That's quite exciting. Now, moving on back down to confirmed features, I do see here that the Arctic Biome, or the Arctic area itself, is now called the Arctic Mega Biome. Now, I can't be sure if that's been changed intentionally or not, but it's an interesting name. On the Arctic Mega Biome page, it does have the background updated to a new concept art that I'll show in detail in just a second, but it contains pretty much all the same information as before. I guess it's just undergoing a name change. Comments down here don't reflect anyone else's concern regarding the name, and I haven't seen much talk about it. Then again, I'm not paying too much attention. But who knows? It's a mega biome, which I'm assuming is just based on its size, such as the reef bat could be considered a leviathan just because it's massive. Mega biome. Perfect. So we have all the other confirmed creatures that we've seen before, but we are looking at a new one called the brute shark. This is the brute shark, a nice little concept of a very strange looking eel-like fish. I can definitely see the shark aspects. I'm tasting a bit of shark, but all in all, this one isn't as terrifying as all of the other ones have been underneath. This one seems like if it had its mouth closed and it wasn't showing its pearly whites, likely it would seem appealing in some way. But I feel like just 5 minutes in this area, we're gonna know everything's dangerous, so we won't approach it anyway. It's got a beautiful paint job to it. I do love the stripes. It doesn't have a tail fin, which is kind of strange, but I'm sure there's a reason for everything. And I do love the eyes on all the creatures. Pay attention for the other creatures we're going to be showing today. All the eyes are very unique, which I kind of like. It's a theme going on. Now, the actual description of the brute shark says the brute shark is a medium-sized predatory species that takes design inspiration from rays, tigerfish, and sharks. It was designed by Alex Reese. Sorry if I say that last name wrong, but I do want to suggest to you guys, and it will be linked down in the description below, to follow Alex on Twitter. It is at Alex Reese Art, and I gotta tell you, just look at that one. Look at the pinned one. The stuff that Alex creates is absolutely stunning and is an official creature designer on Subnautica DLC. Alex does have a Patreon where you can contribute to ensure that artwork like this continues to hit the internet. Amazing work, lots to look through. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Anyway, the appearance. The brute shark has a streamlined body that is mostly gray in color. In place of traditional fins, it has two large wings not dissimilar to those of the rays. It has two side-mounted eyes lacking pupils or irises. The eyes fit into shallow recesses in the head just behind the mouth. The mouth itself is odd in that it appears to be composed of a distinctly thicker layer of tissue to the rest of the body, somewhat resembling the bony plates on the heads of placoderm fish, though it is unlikely that the structure is bone as it bears the same coloration and patterns of the skin. The mouth has many sharp teeth, 7 pairs on the upper mandible and 6 pairs on the lower. The body is adorned in some areas by bright yellow bands of color on the snout, behind each wing, and behind each of the eyes. It has a small dorsal fin and pelvic fin, but lacks a tail fin entirely. But I'd say absolutely, without the tail fin, it does kind of seem more squid-like. I don't know. I like the combination. It's nice. This guy's probably, maybe, the stalker of the expansion. Then again, it could be the squid shark, because that thing is horrifying. Moving on. Now, this guy is another confirmed creature, the Titan holefish. The Titan holefish has formed a symbiosis with a small, aggressive fish species. Their semi-parasitic eggs are laid in a mass in the hole, extracting some nutrients and staying oxygenated. In exchange, the small fish mob any predators and nip of parasites. There you are. You can see somewhat of a size comparison. I can't tell if maybe the sketched one behind the Aquaman will be the size, or if they're saying that this is the actual size and that one was just one a little bit further back. Nonetheless, it's a strange creature. I don't understand what kind of role it would play other than being a organic, living and breathing home for the smaller ones. If you just, take out the player, these guys are kind of cute. I'd probably keep one in an aquarium. I'd call him Derek. Derek the Titan. Anyway, the description says the Titan holefish lives in a symbiotic relationship with a small aggressive fish known as the Titan holefish symbiote. The symbiotes lay their eggs within a gel-like substance in the Titan's tail hollow, where the eggs are protected and can extract nutrients and oxygen. In return, the symbiotes remove parasites from the Titan's body and mob potential predators that approach the Titan. It is a distant relative of the far smaller holefish that lives within the crater. The Titan holefish's body is roughly circular, very flattened and blue in color, darker towards the top and gradually lightening to white towards the bottom. The face portion of the body is a bright green featuring 2 small blue eyes and a small mouth. I thought it was yellow, but I guess I'm colorblind. This green color continues down the front of the body until it meets the tail fin. The tail fin is blue in color and very large, being taller than the entire body of the Titan and also the only fin it possesses. The most defining feature of the Titan holefish is the hollowed out section of the body that the name is derived from. The hollow is partially filled with a transparent light blue gel that the symbiotes lay their eggs in. The gel serves to transfer nutrients and oxygen to the eggs. Here's a nice little, I'd say it's a close-up, but the resolution of the image is so small. I think this was used for an avatar or something. Oh my goodness. What is this? Now this is the Titan holefish symbiote 3, I guess, for the concept art. Very tiny bleeder-like looking creatures, again with the very strange looking eyes. It even has pincer-like jaws, almost like a beak. What's really kind of disturbing is it seems like it's kind of missing some skin. These fish seem like they've already been filleted. I'm just saying, take one step out of the process, and I'm all for a fish dinner. So the description says these small aggressive creatures live in a symbiotic relationship with the Titan holefish. Symbiotes lay their eggs within what appears to be a gel-like substance in the tail hollow of the Titan holefish. Here the eggs can extract nutrients and oxygen, blah blah blah, attacking any potential predators that come close and removing parasites from the Titan's body. So these will attack you as you approach, and that's terrifying because there will be multiple of them. Symbiotes have a light blue head region with a sharp black beak that is very similar in appearance to the beaks of larger cetacine birds. It is a pair of orange eyes with black rectangular pupils. 3 thin red fins protrude back from the head, situated at 60-degree intervals. The body from the neck down is drastically different from the head region, being composed of a translucent red-colored tissue that the ribs and spinal column can be seen through. 4 pairs of small black spikes protrude from the body vertically on the dorsal and ventral side. These 2 are translucent. Right before the tail fin, the red flesh transitions to black, and the body ends with a light blue tail fin, the same color as the head. Now this guy, I really, really like. This one doesn't have a page yet, and it doesn't really even have a name, but it is quite beautiful and really, I'd want to say that it doesn't really fit the overall theme of the creatures in Subnautica, but at the same time, it really does. I'm getting this weird feeling that it's elderly, that it's older. Immediately what pops into my head is the prophets from Halo, and the fact that everything is so slouched over and that these two wings on top kind of just seem like it's carrying the entire weight, even though it's not. This isn't a flying creature. It's almost confusing because we know it's underwater, but at the same time, when you look at it, it looks like it's flying and everything else is kind of just dangling down. Like its tail fin is down, its arms are just hanging down. Nothing is propelling it forward other than what I would assume to be the top wing-like fins. It's very strange. I really enjoyed this one. This is probably the most intricate design that I've seen on a Subnautica creature so far. I mean, where do we even start? We got like a mantis-like head, and that's another thing too, because I get the feeling of an insect when I'm looking at this one, which I've never got the feeling from any other creature. There are so many colors, so many translucent areas, like the tail fin seems translucent, could potentially be even like shocking. The head looks insect-like. It looks like the ears almost, or like the fins coming out from the head kind of make it look like it's a crown. It's of high royalty or something. It's just pretty darn beautiful. It almost kind of reminds me of an elder, more wise version of the mesmer. Like this could be something that's just here to get into your brain and suck you in and eat you. And this one's even better at it because it has the years of experience underneath its tail fin. Looking at this picture too, and just looking at the background and looking how dark it gets underneath, dude, I'm so excited to play this. It is insane. Oh, by the way, this one is not by Alex. It's by Pat Presley. There have been a lot of other designs that Pat has done as well. Here is the ArtStation page for Pat. A lot of amazing concept art here. You can see there's the Emperor design. A lot of very important stuff was designed by Pat, so be sure to check that out. I'll try to remember to link this in the description. This one has to be my favorite though. Look at that thing. I don't know what it is I'm looking at, but that's brutally amazing. Anyway, back to Subnautica. So this guy, don't know what the name is going to be, have no idea what purpose it will have, could potentially be for story. It might play a role in the story, may not. It's a beautiful design and one of my favorites. It's amazing. So those were all of the confirmed fauna for the Arctic expansion. There are concept arts I will show you in a second that were made and are currently unused, but could potentially be used in the future, although I very much doubt it. There's some interesting stuff to look at, such as the alien penguin A. This is a completely different design of the other penguins, which I imagine could potentially live amongst the other ones. This one has two eyes, one on either side, which is weird. Faces one towards players or enemies. The antennae twitch, has a glowing egg chamber, retracts on land. Dorsal and ventral fins provide propulsion, swims sideways relative to position on land. Interesting. This one's not as creepy, although it does have that black beak like these symbiotes. A lot of similarities with these creatures. Cute as a freaking button. I definitely prefer this one. I don't know about the other one though. Here are some variants of the version we've already covered before, which look very strange. I do like the second one, B. That's the one I think that we were looking at before. I don't know how I feel about the red one or the toucan looking one. And the other two are just kind of, the first one for sure is kind of crazy. I don't know how I feel about that one at all. Yeah, that guy, that son of a bitch, ain't no way I'm ever going near that thing. It's not happening. Now, here's what's interesting and what I really love about the designers on this game. And there's a lot of designers that do it on other games too and have done it for a while, but this, it just makes me happy to see. This is the details of the alien penguin, the design that we've seen already, and how the feet work. They have ice gripping claws, which are retractable. They have padding on their feet to keep them from slipping. When they swim, the claws go all the way back in. The tail apparently retracts on land and extends while it's swimming, I guess for more propulsion or something. The feet kind of fold in. It's all like a transformer. It's kind of interesting, and this actually helps with design. It's amazing to me to see that level of design and detail being put into this. They could just make the alien penguin just wobble, dude. I don't think anybody would care, but this level of detail is amazing. Here's some more variants of the pinnacarid. I guess that's how you say it. Which again, I'm not sure how I'm feeling with this. Like, it might look amazing while we're in the bio. I guess just kind of like imagining what I only know right now with Subnautica and then trying to picture them in that environment just doesn't work. Now this one I love so much. That is a pinnacarid in a close-up view and on land. An intelligent social creature which rests above water on ice floes and hunts small prey acrobatically underwater. So this is pretty much a seal, a sea lion, or a walrus, all under the category of the pinnipeds. I'm not sure how you pronounce that either, but that should be a dead giveaway given that that's a similar root word, if you will. But it's very cute. I imagine it's friendly. I always thought it was going to be friendly, and it looks amazing swimming underwater because everything that you see at the top, it just completely transforms, even though all it's really doing is just ducking its head down. Also, it's super freaking cute, man. It's got the black beak like the others, but it is awfully cute. And here's the info sheet for the creature. Locations of the fins, how the fins are shaped, the ones up top and what they look like from the bottom. Again, the dark on the top and light on the bottom is to counteract predator prey from their own personal vantage points, whether they're looking up towards the light or down towards the darkness. They need to be able to blend in to hide from predators. They got retractable antennae for some reason, and its mouth opens up to reveal a not frightening mouth. Holy crap, this thing is going to be my best friend. Probably my only friend. I will name him Simba. Here's an early version of the squid shark, which we've already seen. And now you get a good size comparison. Yay! That could be a size comparison, or they're just putting a diver there to show you that it's underwater and not flying. So here are some unused or scrapped creature designs. This is the cheeky creature and its variants, again by Alex Reese. Swimming mode, its fins fold down into feet when it's on land, treasure grabbed with lower jaws. So this thing likes to steal everything, so it's probably like a weasel. Pretty simple creature. I do love the eye design all on the top. I'm not sure what purpose it would serve from trying to, steal stuff, but, seems rather squid-like. Maybe it's just hungry. I don't know. Here's another one. I don't know why it's called cheeky creature. I like it though. Mouth is closed. That's the eyes, man. You pointing to the wrong thing. Skin plates part to show flexible membranes. Whoa. Okay, that is cool. On land, this creature moves by alternating the pectoral and pelvic fins to punt forwards. I like the bee design. That one's cool. I like that. C. Tentacles are retractable, again picking up items. In this case, batteries. On land, this creature moves like a mud skipper. There are actually some fish that do move on land as well. Or rather, they're capable of moving on land due to their evolutionary genes. They can at least propel themselves back towards the water in case they get washed up or something. The sea monkeys. I really like this one. I'm sad that it's scrapped. Although, it does look like a crab squid, right? I mean, it is basically a crab squid, just a small one apparently on land. The pygmy crab squid, a small polar relative of the crab squid, intelligent and small. It has bioelectric abilities like its deep water relative and is drawn to electrical devices and batteries humans have brought to the planet. This guy is so adorable. It is so adorable. If you picture the crab squid, that looks like a giant engine for the Cyclops. Just picture it. Here is the shard, which is interesting. Holy crap, the ice pseudomorph. Escaping fish. What? Glowing lure, propulsion fin. Okay, so it's like an anglerfish. It has the lantern out in front of it. Okay, the creature travels slowly through the water vertically like a knife, luring prey with its glowing esca from the sea floor. When attacked, it quickly exudes hypersaline slime cooled through biochemical means. This rapidly forms an ice shell around its body from which it suddenly swims free, leaving the predator to attack its false ice shadow while it escapes. Holy crap! That is an amazing creature design. Why is this not being used? That has to be put back. Please, guys, come on. Use it. This is so awesome. I would love to see that happen if it thinks that we're a predator. Like we're coming up to it and we get to experience seeing that. That would be amazing. There'll be a nice introduction to the level of detail that the Arctic's gonna have and seeing how everything works as its own ecosystem. I think that would be very important. So that is it for the creature designs for this video. I know it's been very overwhelming. There's been a lot of concept art being released. I'm sure there's a ton being released very soon. Now, this is the other concept art I wanted to show you guys. This was actually released, I believe, later in the day of the same day I released my previous video, so I didn't get to cover it. But it is an amazing piece of artwork, and to be honest, I have no idea what exactly I'm looking at. Although when I look out to the top right, I'm definitely seeing something sticking down from the sky. I, for the life of me, can't figure out how that would even be attached to the ground and protrude up. That seems very strange to me. Nonetheless, obviously our character is male. It will be female when we play, but another beautifully drawn out area of the Arctic, showing again the bird fauna in the top middle left. But these rocks that have the strange red plants growing through them, I don't know what they are, what they could be for, but the color scheme definitely reminds me of the blood kelp. I have no idea if there will be any connection to that or not. To some degree, on the outside of the rock that's surrounding the red plant, you can kind of see red poking through. I can't tell if that's the inner plant and there's a hole in the rocks, or if those are like blood oil on the outside. That thing in the top right, though, I can't figure out what that is. If you guys can tell me what that is, or if you have any ideas, let me know. I'd love to talk about it. But that is it for concept art. Now, there are some other news with Subnautica that I'm sure a lot of you are going to be exceptionally excited for. A lot of you have been asking me this question, and I'm excited to announce to you, if you don't already know, that Subnautica is coming to PlayStation 4. There's actually a dedicated Subnautica PlayStation Twitter account that I will link down in the description below if I remember. But of course, you can see it here and follow if you have Twitter. But again, it's official. Subnautica is coming to PlayStation 4. Prepare to dive. Follow Subnautica PS for release announcements and more on their website. And on the website has some amazing arts with the PlayStation logo. Bet you all are excited. It says Subnautica is coming to PlayStation 4. Ever since the earliest days of Subnautica on Steam, we have received constant requests for Subnautica to come to Sony's console. Well, we heard you, and we are thrilled to be able to announce that we are working to make your requests a reality. We have partnered with Panic Button, experts in console development, to help us bring Subnautica to the PS4. Panic Button are also helping to accelerate development on Subnautica Xbox. Millions of people have enjoyed Subnautica on Steam and in the as-yet unfinished Xbox preview. We hope that many more will now be able to experience the wonder, peril, and adventure that lies beneath the waves on Planet 4546b. Exciting stuff! And with that news being stated, that is all of the updated information that I have for you guys. If I missed anything, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. I can guarantee you there's going to be a lot coming in the coming weeks, months, until early access kicks in for the expansion, which I am extremely excited for. Cannot wait to dive into it. So if you enjoyed the video or you found it informational, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know in the comment section below, again, if I missed anything that you would like for me to talk about, or if you have any ideas for Subnautica that I could do for future videos. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification icon so you can get notified as soon as I upload the next video. Thanks so much for watching once again. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!